Welcome, brave souls, to a journey into Australia's haunted past. Tonight, we delve into 10 eerie churches where restless spirits and ancient legends whisper through crumbling walls. Prepare to uncover secrets that defy time and reality. First St. John's Anglican Church, Glebe, New South Wales. The night is silent, but the air inside St. John's Anglican Church carries an eerie chill. Flickering candlelight barely pierces the thick darkness, casting restless shadows along the ancient stone walls. The wooden pews creak, though no one is there to disturb them. Whispers slither through the empty aisles, soft, unintelligible, yet undeniably real. Locals speak of a ghostly priest who roams the altar, his spectral figure seen in the dim glow of moonlight. Some claim to have felt an unseen hand brush against their skin, a cold touch that sends shivers down the spine. Others report hearing the faint echoes of a long-forgotten hymn, sung by a choir that no longer exists. Many who enter alone leave with the same terrifying story, a presence lurking just behind them, never seen, but always felt. St. John's is more than just an old church. It is a place where the past refuses to rest, where the dead still whisper their prayers or their warnings. Second Street Bartholomew's Church, Prospect, New South Wales. A cold wind howls through the ruins of St. Bartholomew's Church, rustling the overgrown grass of the ancient cemetery. The air is thick with the scent of damp stone and decaying leaves. Those who dare to walk these grounds at night speak of shadowy figures gliding between the gravestones, their hollow eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. A woman in white is often seen near the church's entrance, her spectral form drifting silently before vanishing into thin air. Some say she is the restless soul of a grieving widow, forever searching for her lost love. Others believe she is something far darker, something that watches, that waits. But it is the whispers that truly haunt this place. Faint, unintelligible murmurs rise from the graves, wrapping around visitors like unseen hands. Footsteps echo in the empty church, growing closer and closer, though no one is there. St. Bartholomew's is not abandoned. Something still lingers, trapped between this world and the next, waiting for the unwary to step too close. Third Street Mary's Cathedral, Sydney, New South Wales. Beneath the towering spires of St. Mary's Cathedral, an unsettling stillness lingers. The grand stained glass windows cast eerie patterns on the cold stone floors, shifting as if something unseen moves within. Late at night, when the city sleeps, the cathedral awakens. Dark figures have been spotted gliding silently through the corridors, faceless, robed in shadow. Some believe they are the spirits of long-departed monks, forever trapped within these sacred walls. Others whisper of something far more sinister, something that watches from the upper balconies, its presence felt but never seen. Visitors report sudden chills, the sensation of unseen eyes following their every step. The organ, untouched, sometimes plays a single, haunting note, long, drawn out, like a breath from the other side. But the most terrifying encounter comes from those who dare to stay too long, a voice low and guttural, whispering their name in the dark. St. Mary's is not just a place of worship. It is a place where the veil between worlds is dangerously thin. Fourth St. John's Anglican Church, Fremantle, Western Australia. The heavy wooden doors of St. John's Anglican Church groan as if resisting those who enter. Inside, the air is thick with the scent of aged wood and melted wax, but beneath it lingers something else, something damp, something ancient. The silence is suffocating, broken only by the occasional creak of the pews, even when no one is sitting in them. For years, visitors have spoken of a presence near the organ. A shadowy figure stands there unmoving, watching. Some say it is the ghost of an old organist, forever bound to his instrument. Others swear they have heard music playing softly in the dead of night, haunting, discordant notes echoing through the empty church. And then there are the footsteps, slow, measured, echoing from the stone floors above, though no staircase leads there. Some who linger too long claim they feel breath on their neck, the faintest whisper against their ear, words too soft to understand, yet chilling enough to make them flee. St. John's is not just a house of God. It is a place where the past refuses to stay buried. Fifth Street Matthews Church, Windsor, New South Wales. The moon casts long, ghostly shadows across the ancient walls of St. Matthew's Church. This is one of the oldest churches in Australia, and with age comes whispers, secrets buried beneath the stone, but never truly at rest. The graveyard surrounding the church is a maze of weathered tombstones, some so old their inscriptions have faded into nothing. But the dead here are not silent. Visitors speak of strange murmurs drifting through the air, voices that seem to come from beneath the earth itself. Cold fingers brush against skin, unseen hands tug at clothing. The deeper into the cemetery one walks, the stronger the presence feels, watching, waiting. But the most terrifying sight is the figure in black. He stands at the church doors, a tall, faceless silhouette. Some say he is a lost soul, others claim he is something much darker. He never moves, never speaks, until you blink, and then he is gone. Or worse, standing closer. St. Matthew's is not just a place of history. It is a place of the forgotten, and they do not like to be ignored. Sixth Street Marks Anglican Church, Picton, New South Wales. The streets of Picton are haunted by the echoes of the past, but none more so than the unsettling presence of St. Mark's Church. Standing alone at the edge of town, the church's weathered stone walls seem to sag under the weight of the many souls who have passed through its doors, and those who never left. At night, when the air grows heavy, a coldness sweeps over the churchyard. The sound of footsteps echoes through the empty hallways, though no one is there to make them. Shadows creep along the edges of the pews, twisting and turning like something alive. Some say the spirits of former parishioners are trapped here, bound to the altar where they once prayed. Others speak of a dark figure who watches from the back of the church, his eyes glowing in the dim light. But it is the whispers that will drive you mad. Soft, unintelligible voices fill the air, growing louder and more frantic the longer you stay. St. Mark's Church isn't just haunted. It's alive with the restless souls of those who never found peace, and they're still waiting. Seven, Christchurch Anglican, Queanbeyan, New South Wales. The air around Christchurch Anglican is thick with an oppressive weight, as if the building itself is holding its breath. The ancient walls, worn by time and history, seem to pulse with unseen energy, while the cemetery behind the church hides secrets that should never have been uncovered. Those brave enough to visit after dark speak of a strange feeling of being watched. Glowing orbs drift just above the gravestones, casting an unnatural light that seems to flicker with the breath of the dead. Footsteps echo within the church, though it is empty, and the sound of something, or someone, scraping across the stone floor will freeze your blood. But the true horror lies in the whispers. Soft, fleeting words that seem to come from all directions, too faint to understand, yet impossibly close. They say that once you hear them, you're never alone again. Christchurch isn't just a place of worship. It's a prison for those trapped between this world and the next, waiting for someone to join them. St. David's Anglican Church, Hobart, Tasmania. St. David's Anglican Church looms over the city of Hobart, its towering spires casting long, twisted shadows on the ground below. The stone walls, weathered by centuries of wind and rain, seem to hold more than just history. They hold the lingering remnants of the past, dark and restless. On moonless nights, the churchyard comes alive with more than just the whisper of the wind. Cold spots suddenly appear, and eerie shapes move between the graves, too quick to be human. Many report seeing a shadowy figure by the church's entrance, its face hidden, its presence suffocating. Some claim the spirit of a lost child haunts the graveyard, crying softly in the dead of night. But it's the church itself that is the most unnerving. The sound of footsteps, though no one walks within its hallowed halls. And the feeling, a pressing weight, as though unseen hands are closing in, suffocating the air with each breath. St. David's is not just a place of worship, it is a threshold between the living and the dead, and those who venture too close may never return. Nunta St. Rose of Lima Catholic Church, Kapunda, South Australia. St. Rose of Lima Catholic Church stands like a monument to the restless dead, its stone walls hiding centuries of tragedy and sorrow. In the small town of Kapunda, known for its haunted history, this church is one of the most terrifying sights. As night falls, the air turns cold and thick, carrying with it an unmistakable sense of dread. The faint sound of chanting echoes through the empty church, as though a forgotten choir is still singing, trapped in time. But it's not the music that chills the bones. It's the feeling of being watched. The most terrifying sight is the figure that appears at the altar, bathed in an eerie light. Some say it's the ghost of a former priest, his face twisted in agony, while others claim it's something far darker, an entity that feeds off the living. The cemetery behind the church is equally haunted, with restless souls that refuse to rest, their mournful wails carried on the wind. St. Rose of Lima isn't just a church, it's a place where the dead refuse to let go, and the living must face their darkest fears. Tenth Street Stephen's Church, New Norfolk, Tasmania. Nestled in the quiet town of New Norfolk, St. Stephen's Church stands as an eerie reminder of the past, a place where time seems to stand still. The church, with its crumbling stone walls and forgotten tombstones, is more than just a relic. It is a vessel for the restless spirits that linger within. At dusk, the air grows unnaturally cold, and the silence becomes suffocating. The faint sound of footsteps echoes through the darkened pews, though the church is empty. Shadows shift in the corners, twisting unnaturally, as if something is watching, waiting. The nearby Willow Court Asylum, once a home for the mentally ill, is rumored to have cast a dark influence on the church. Visitors have reported seeing figures dressed in old-fashioned clothing, wandering aimlessly between the graveyard and the church, their hollow eyes staring into nothingness. And then, there are the whispers, soft, sinister murmurs that seem to come from deep within the church's stone foundations. St. Stephen's is not just a place of worship, it is a place where the past and the present collide, and where the dead refuse to rest in peace. Thank you for joining us on this chilling exploration of Australia's most haunted churches. If these tales sent shivers down your spine, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more paranormal adventures. Until next time, remember, the past is never truly gone.